Before we start, this isn't just a random game. This is the exact theoretical engine line that completely crushes the Philidor Countergambit. If your opponent plays this against you, this is exactly how you punish them. Every chess game starts with a choice: play safe or play for blood. Today, black chooses blood. White begins with the king-pawn marching forward to e4. Black mirrors it immediately, king-pawn to e5, control of the center, both sides staking their claim. White develops the king-knight to f3, a natural developing move, yes, but also a threat. That knight eyes the e5 pawn. Black defends with the pawn to d6. This is the Philidor defense. Solid. Classical, reliable, but then white goes further. The queen pawn advances to d4. Now both center pawns are under fire. The tension builds, and then black makes a choice that changes everything. The f-pawn lunges to f5. This is the Philidor Countergambit. Black is not defending anymore. Black is attacking. That f-pawn says, I am not here to survive, I am here to fight, but there is a cost, always a cost, by pushing that f-pawn. Black has opened the diagonal from a2 all the way to g8. Black's own king sits at the end of that diagonal, and the e6 square, the square right in front of the black king, has become fragile. White responds precisely. The pawn on d4 captures on e5. White takes the pawn. White should take it. It is free material and it opens lines. Black cannot take back with the d-pawn safely, so black plays the f-pawn captures on e4. Now that pawn is attacking the white knight on f3. Most players would move the knight away, run to safety, but white does something far more clever. The knight leaps to g5. It does not retreat, it advances. It steps into danger on purpose. Why? Because from g5, that knight stares directly at the e6 and f7 squares. Black's position is becoming uncomfortable very fast. Black plays pawn to d5, pushing forward, trying to build a center. Trying to survive, it looks strong. Two pawns standing together in the center, but looks can deceive. White plays the move that defines this entire game. The e5 pawn marches to e6, a pawn inside black's territory, sitting on e6. They call this a bone in the throat because black cannot ignore it, but black also cannot easily remove it. It cuts black's position in half. The bishop on c8 is trapped behind it. The queen cannot pass it comfortably. Development is strangled. Black searches for counterplay. The bishop comes to c5, eyeing the f2 pawn, threatening something. White stays calm. The queen knight develops to c3, adding pressure to the center. Black plays pawn to c6, reinforcing d5, trying to hold the center together. The position is tense. Both sides have ideas, but white has seen something black has not fully prepared for. The knight on g5 crashes onto e4, a sacrifice. White gives up the knight for the e4 pawn, but this is not reckless. This is calculated. Black's pawn on d5 captures the knight on e4. Black takes back. Of course, black takes back, but now the d5 pawn has moved. The path from h5 to c5 along the fifth rank is open, and that bishop on c5 is suddenly exposed. White's queen flies to h5, check. The black king is in check on the diagonal. The queen on h5 stares down the diagonal through g6, through f7, all the way to the black king on e8. Black has only one move, pawn to g6, block the check, but that pawn move does not save the bishop. White's queen slides across the board. Queen captures the bishop on c5. White wins a full bishop. White has a pawn wedged on e6 inside black's position. Black's king is exposed with a weakened kingside. Black's development is completely uncoordinated. In 10 moves, white has turned a sharp, ambitious gambit from black into a completely winning position. This is the lesson of the Philidor Countergambit. Play for blood if you want, but when your opponent knows the answer, the blood will be yours.